Hey guys, today we are going to do some strength work. I figured that we did a lot of burpees, we did some DT yesterday, 5-gun beds, so let's just keep the heart rate relatively low today, but let's work on our strengths. What we are going to do today is 4 supersets of floor presses, rows and overhead holds. And once we are done with these 4 supersets, we are going to accumulate 4 minutes in the plank. But first thing first, what I wrote in the description is 4 sets of 6 to 12 floor presses per arm, 4 sets of 6 to 12 single arm dumbbell or obviously kettlebell rows, and 30 to 60 seconds overhead hold. Why I did it like this is because the weight you have at home might be light, might be heavy. What we are looking for here is in each exercise, the last few repetitions are hard. So for me, I will have a 22.5 dumbbell. I will do 6 of the floor presses because especially on my left eye, even that 6 is challenging. But I will do 12 on the dumbbell rows because I feel that in order to have effect, I should go for the bigger number there. But you can choose otherwise. Probably, surely the dumbbell rows will be more than the floor presses. But you can go 6 and 8, 6 and 10, 8 and 12. So the combination really depends on you. Make sure to work hard. If you have a weight at home which is ridiculously light for both movements, then I suggest adding a tempo, 3 seconds on the way down, and that will do the trick so that you will feel that you worked a lot on strength. Also, on the other hand, if you have a weight that floor press is impossible, then you grab with 2 hands, either dumbbell or the kettlebell, and then go for 12 repetitions like this. As for the overhead hold, we want to find something that is challenging. You can keep your abs and butt nice and tight, but you can still hold on to your weight. All right? We are going to warm up together, and after that I will start at my own pace. So the superset means that I go from one arm to other arm in the floor press, then I go right away one arm, other arm on the dumbbell row, and then I right away go to one arm, other arm for the overhead hold, and then I can have a minute of rest. For that minute of rest is just like, it could be 1.5 minutes if you need. Just my point is that don't rest 3 to 5 minutes between rounds. So once we warmed up, you can set up your own clock and you can go in your own pace because probably we are going to do different repetition numbers. So it's basically no point that you guys wait for me or you guys hurry up if my pace would be faster. So we're gonna warm up together. I mean, I hope you're gonna warm up with me when you watch this. I will then quickly explain the movements, showing what to do and what not to do. And then I'm going to do my part. After that, we are going to do the plank as well. So don't forget that, but I will explain that later. So as for the warm-up, we are going to start with a few cat-cows, just a very nice general warm-up that I like. So 10 times up and then slowly move from one position to the other 10 times. Good. We need our wrist for the floor presses, so stay in position. You just start to move back and forth. So you start to warm up the wrists a little bit. Just move back and forth a bit. Then we turn the fingers to the sides. We roll to the sides. turn the fingers to ourselves, and then we move a little bit like this. Good. Then what we are going to do is we're going to go to the push-up plank and just hold it a little bit. Then we go for 10 scapular push-ups. And then we can shake it off and rest. Then we are going to do 5 negative push-ups. 3 seconds on the way down. If you want, you can press yourself up. If you don't want, then you put your knees down and you press yourself up like that. 5 negative push-ups. Alright, we can stand up, and then I would like you to go for 10 good mornings, arms in front of the chest. Alright, good. And then we're gonna go for our weight. And what I would like you to do is 10 deadlifts. You can grab your weight with 2 hands. So kettlebell, dumbbell, if you have a backpack, grab it with 2 hands. And we just go for 10 deadlifts. Good. So we are kind of there. If you feel like that your weight is super heavy for the floor press or even for the row, we can have one warm-up round when we use both hands. So if you want to do that, just go with me. We are going to do 6 repetitions, but now with both hands. So I have the dumbbell like this, and I go for 6 repetitions. Good. If you're super confident of your weight, of course this part can be skipped. We can do the same thing with the row, so just at least we get some feeling for it. So you can grab the dumbbell like this, straight back. And 6. As I said, if your weight is super heavy at home, these movements can be options, but it shouldn't feel particularly light. We are going heavy today. Alright, just before we start, I will show you the movements. Floor press. Probably one of the hardest thing in the floor press is get up, get the weight into your hands. I highly recommend if you have someone with you, that person helps you. So you lie down straight up and that person gives the weight to you. Otherwise, I like to grab it, and as I roll back, I arrive to the starting position. What I want you to pay attention to is that my elbow is either next to my body, but no more than 45 degrees. So I don't want to see this, maximum this, but kind of close. Heels on the ground, you can have with your other hand on the ground and just press up and down. All right, this will be our floor press Please make sure that you control your weight on the way down and don't hit the ground with your elbow, because that can be pretty painful. As for the dumbbell rows, I use this box to have my hand on it while I'm doing the row. I could use this wall, but then I would look like this, and I don't want that YouTube blocks this video, so I will be from the side. You can have one hand down, straight back, and elbows close. This will be our movement. Again, if the weight is light, then 1, 2, 3 on the way down. As for the overhead hold, you bring up the weight however you want, and then just hold it for 30 to 60 seconds. All right? Good. I lost my water. I will go for it, take a sip of water, and then I will start my first round. And you can start with me. All right, so as I said, I will go for 6 floor presses and 12 dumbbell rows, and I think I will attempt a 45-second overhead hold, but luckily you guys don't see the clock, so I can cheat. But anyway, I highly recommend to use your own clock for this, because our pace will be probably a little bit different, but if you follow me, I'm more than happy. So I'm getting ready for my first set of the floor presses, and remember, we are working 4 supersets, so switch from one arm to the other, switch from one exercise to the other, like move with purpose. It's not conditioning, but don't rest too much. One more thing that I like to start with the weaker arm in every movement, so that the second part will be better. This weaker arm is for the left for me, so I will start with that one. All right, so let's go. Set number 1. One arm done. I got carried away and did 8. All right. Now I have to stick to this 8 repetition for 4 sets. Going to the dumbbell row. Shake it off for just a second, and let's go for the hold. Trying to keep it tight. I think here I was a bit optimistic, so I will go for 30 only. And then switch. All right. Whew. For me, this was the first round. We'll have a good 1 minute rest. When I say 1 minute, it might be 1 minute and 15 seconds. And then I'll go for the second one. It should feel pretty challenging for me, at least it does. In this type of workouts, I always realize, which I know anyway, but how much one arm is weaker than the other. But this is why it's good to do movements like this. Again, keep your own pace. Your rest time might be at a different time than my rest time is, so. Unfortunately, my rest time is over, so I have to go for the second set. Floor press is done. And the overhead hold. All right, second set is done for me. third set is coming up. Hope you guys are working really hard and it feels quite unpleasant, but at the same time a bit enjoyable. So my time is up, so I'm starting the third set. Straight into the dumbbell row. And the overhead hold. It's definitely starting to get challenging, but luckily one more round. All right, I'm slowly getting ready for my last round. I already feel it. Maybe I should have written only 3 rounds, but if you're doing bodybuilding, an extra round will not hurt us, it just makes us stronger. All right, last round. And the other arm. All right. Whew. All right, guys, so I'm done with my 4 sets. I'm going to rest a bit. Again, if you're working, just ignore me. Keep working. If you're following along, if you already finished and waited for the plank, then here it goes. You start your timer and you have to accumulate 4 minutes of plank hold. How many sets totally on you? Our goal is to try to do as few sets as possible, but try to keep a nice position in the plank. You read about multiple hours of plank records, and most of the time, I'm not obviously judging any videos, I didn't even watch them. I'm just saying that based on my experience, on a normal person level, about 40 to 60 seconds of plank hold should be challenging. If it's not, then yes, it can be that your core is super strong, but it can also be that your positioning is not so nice. You don't keep your butt tight, you don't keep your abs tight, your shoulder is not directly above your elbows, your feet are not together, you don't have this reverse hollow body position. So staying on my elbow only and not carrying my core is not a plank hold. So try to be strict with yourself. If you feel some shaking, that's good. Then the small core muscles in our bodies are working. So accumulate 4 minutes. I'll see. Actually, my shoulder and chest is pretty tired, so maybe that's gonna be an issue as well. I will try to see what happens after a minute, and maybe can I do 4 times 1 minute? Maybe I have to go down. Probably it's not realistic, I don't know, I will try. How much you rest in between is your call. Rest is needed, but that rest time shouldn't be really more than 20-30 seconds to make this whole thing work. So accumulating 4 minutes of plank. If you stick to like 30 seconds, 8 times 30 seconds, it's perfectly fine as well. Just do your own thing that makes sense, that is challenging for you. I will start mine right now. And here I go. All right, this was a minute. Wasn't the easiest. Let's see if I can hold on, or I have to go down a bit maybe. 40 seconds. Actually, I regularly feel and applying that because you need to keep everything tight. My quads start to burn. That's what happens now. This was another 40 seconds for me. That was another 40 seconds for me, so I'm at 3 minutes if I calculated correctly. I have 1 more minute, definitely it's going to be 2 sets. Oh, 30, and the last 30 seconds coming up soon. I'll rest about another 15 seconds. And here I go. Oh, all right, that's some stuff. All right, this was it for me. As I told in the beginning, we might be on different time zones this session. So if you finished, good job. If you're still working, keep working. I hope you guys had a lovely Christmas. Don't forget to check out my mobility videos. Don't forget about the handstand push-up program. I hope you will still have a few nice calm days during the holidays, but probably I even hope more that I'm going to see you guys in person very, very soon. Take care.